Welcome to Antrim Coast. It is a perfect snapshot of Northern Ireland. It is a playground of giants that walk its 9 glens and sit on the banks of magnificent loch. If you have been following us, you know that we are traveling Northern Ireland from Dublin. We stopped at Belfast visiting famous Titanic Museum and traveling all the way along the breathtaking Causeway coastal route, touring castles, cliffs and beaches. Now we have reached Antrim on the day 3. You'll be offered spectacular cliff walks, picturesque castle, dramatic and breathtaking blue sea views of North Atlantic Ocean, all just in a minute's drive. Good morning! I'm all set for today's adventure. Before that, fuel up. Heading to a restaurant for breakfast. It's a vegetarian Irish breakfast with scrambled egg on plate. Have you ever heard of Game of Thrones or fan of Thrones? And this spot is for you. Every fan of Game of Thrones will want to make their way to the world famous spot located in Brigag Road and most photographed location in Northern Ireland. It was made even more famous when HBO's Game of Thrones popped over to this road to film a scene in season 1, where it was used as King's Road. Welcome to Dark Hedges. Is it worth the hype? Being completely honest, you could visit once. What next? We are heading for an adventure.
We are starting the trail and heading to Portrush.
To reach Portrush, you have to hike 2.6 km out and back trail starts here on Causeway Coast and Glens. Every views are stunning and picturesque while you walk. Stop by, admire and take in the beauty. This place is so beautiful and serene that you couldn't imagine. The sea was kindling its own symphony. Gazing into sea's turquoise water calms and inspires your body and soul. Walking on a cliff, I found paradise beneath my feet. We have reached the rope bridge and this is where the real adventure starts. If you're scared of heights, I recommend please don't do it. I look smiling but completely scared inside. The walk across the Carrick-a-rede rope bridge is mind-boggling jaw-dropping and breathtaking all at the same time. The views are stunning, the experience is magical, and even the fact that you have to do it again.
Yes, it is scary.
I reached! This National Trust site crosses a deep chasm which was originally erected by salmon fishermen 350 years ago. Connected to the cliffs by a rope bridge suspended almost 100 feet above the sea level across the Atlantic Ocean. Felt accomplished crossing through rope bridge, but here comes the next challenge. Difficulty to climb up the steep and rocky hill. It's been slippery too, so proper shoes recommended. This is what you climbed for. Look around. After enjoying the breathtaking views, it's time to climb down the hill and cross the rope bridge again. I literally ran through the bridge. No looking back, no looking down, just forward, march. So this is where we crossed the rope bridge and climbed up to the other hill. It was an exhilarating experience, high above the water and open to the elements. I would highly recommend coming to this place. Pre-booking is essential. If it's more unique beauty you are after, then a day exploring the wonders of Glens of Antrim is an absolute must. Heading to Northern Ireland's famous UNESCO protected attraction, the Jane's Causeway. These are the glens through which the Janes of this land roamed. Indeed, locals say that some of the hills are those very same Janes asleep. Flanked by the wild North Atlantic Ocean and a landscape of dramatic cliffs, the Jane's Causeway is a geological wonder and a home to a wealth of history and legend. The 40,000 basalt stone columns left by the volcanic eruptions 60 million years ago has captured the imagination of all who sees it today. There are two stories behind Jane's Causeway. One is mythological and one is scientific. The mythological story goes like this. An Irish giant named Finn McCool created the Causeway to get across the Irish Sea to face his rival, the Scottish giant Ballintoy. Following their fearsome mating, Ballintoy ripped up the Causeway as he fled back to Scotland, leaving what you see here today. The scientific story is the Causeway was formed over 60 million years ago when molten lava cooled suddenly on contact with water. I found this to be an awe-inspiring landscape featuring hexagonal basalt columns and has left behind distinctive stone formations with fanciful names. To know more, head back to the visitor center. We crossed many villages and this is the famous one, Bushmills, where the famous whiskey brand Bushmills distillery located. We are at one of the most picturesque and romantic of Irish castles, the Dunluce Castle. With evidence of settlement from the first millennium, the present castle ruins date mainly from the 16th and 17th centuries. It was inhabited by both the feuding McWilliam and MacDonnell clans. Historical and archaeological exhibits are on display for public viewing. Let's explore the iconic and beautiful castle. The iconic ruin of Dunluce Castle bears witness to a long history. First built on the dramatic coastal cliffs of North County Antrim by the McWilliam family around 1500, the earliest written record of the castle was in 1513. We are entering the ruins of Manor House, which is said to be the High State residence. Like many castles in Ireland, Dunluce has a fine bit of legend attached to it. It's said that on a stormy night back in 1639, part of castle's kitchen fell into the icy water below. Apparently, only the kitchen boy survived, as he managed to tuck himself away in a corner of the room, which kept him safe. This castle sits on the edge of 100-foot sheer cliff on a stunning coast of Northern Ireland. It's worth a watch. Next spot on the itinerary is the Blue Flag awarded White Rocks Beach. This beach is situated just off the Causeway coastal route. White Rocks Coastal Park enjoys a stunning natural location with limestone cliffs stretching from Coleraine Strand to Dunluce Castle. We are ending this beautiful day by relaxing at the beach for some time and heading to our last stop, the only remaining walled city in Europe, Derry, now called as Londonderry. We stayed at a 4-star waterfront hotel Londonderry, which is 10 minutes away from the main city. I would highly recommend the stay here. It's next day and officially the last day of our trip. Some breakfast scenes. It's our last day of our trip and we are heading to a beautiful walled city, Derry. Every Northern Ireland road trip ends with the beautiful city Londonderry or Derry. No trip to Derry would be complete without a trek around the city's 400-year-old walls. It is the only remaining completely walled city in Ireland and one of the finest examples. The wall embraces the city centre in a 1.5 km circumference, originally required to defend the city, but they now act as a promenade offering unrivaled views across the city. The walls are beautiful and the views are spectacular. Around every corner of this walled city lies a work of art, the historic landmark or a local ready with a silver-tongued one-liner. Let's walk around the wall to explore the beautiful old city. As you walk, you could spot a beautiful neo-Gothic style guide hall which was built in the year 1887. To know more about history and culture, step inside. And either side, you could see a S-shaped peace bridge which was conceived as a project to literally bridge the gap between two communities. The mile-long loop wall comes complete with watchtowers, battlements, gates, bastions and big oil cannons. To our surprise, this was literally a treat to our eyes and ears before we end our trip. This traditional dance and music adds color and brings life to the city. It's time to say goodbye to Northern Ireland. We escaped the hustle and bustle of daily life and I am grateful for wonderful memories we made together. And this is where we end our beautiful coastal road trip exploring from Belfast to Londonderry. This is just the start and there are a lot more journeys yet to come. So stay tuned for more adventure and to explore new places. Catch you all in another video. Until then, it's bye from Manu and Shiva with love.